Most people just hurry past when it rains. The world seems to shrink under 1,000 umbrellas, each person in their own little bubble, focused on getting from one dry place to another. Heads down, umbrellas up, hoping to stay dry and not think too much about anything else. The city becomes a blur of footsteps and splashes, everyone moving quickly, eyes on the ground, hearts closed off from the world. But that day, something stopped me. I was 8, just a kid, but somehow the rain felt different, like it was asking me to notice, to look up for once. My yellow umbrella was practically glowing in a sea of gray. It was the brightest thing for blocks, a little patch of sunshine I could carry above my head. I saw him, the old man on the bench, soaked to the bone, shivering. People just kept walking. I almost did too. His coat was thin, his shoes were old, and the rain didn't seem to care who he was or how cold he felt. But then I remembered what my grandma always said. Kindness should be bright. She used to tell me that even the smallest light can chase away the biggest shadow. It was my favorite umbrella. The one I'd begged for, the one I'd carried through puddles and storms, the one that made me feel safe, the one that made rainy days feel less lonely. So I slowed down. I let the world rush past me just for a moment and listened to the rain. I looked at my mom already ahead, not noticing. She was just another umbrella in the crowd, moving forward, trusting I'd follow. I looked back at the man. He looked so small, hunched over as if he was trying to disappear into the bench, and I just went for it. My heart was pounding, but my feet moved anyway. I walked over, held out the umbrella, my hands were shaking, but I tried to be brave. At first he just stared, surprised, maybe a little confused. Maybe he thought I was lost, or that I'd made a mistake. I left it with him anyway, gave him the smallest smile I could manage, then ran to catch up with my mom. My shoes splashed through puddles, but I felt lighter than air. I never saw that umbrella again. It was gone, just like that. But it turns out it traveled farther than I ever could. That little act of kindness had a journey of its own, one I could never have imagined. Because sometimes kindness is like a ripple. It starts small, but it spreads, touching people you'll never meet. That old man used my umbrella to help an elderly lady cross the street. He held it above her head, shielding her from the rain, and for a moment, they both smiled. She baked cookies that night and brought them to her neighbor who'd just moved in. Maybe she remembered the warmth of being helped and wanted to pass it on. That neighbor helped a delivery guy pick up his dropped packages in the rain. He didn't have to, but he did, and the delivery guy's day got a little easier. The delivery guy gave a free meal to a hungry kid. Maybe he remembered the kindness and wanted to share it in his own way. And that kid? She shared her sandwich with her little brother. With every act, the world got a little brighter. Each small kindness added up like drops of rain filling a puddle. The grays faded, colors seeped in, soft pastels where there used to be cold concrete. The city felt warmer, more alive, as if hope itself was blooming in the cracks. All from one simple yellow umbrella, a small thing, but it carried so much light. Weeks later, I walked the same street. The rain had stopped, but I could still feel the memory of it in the air. The sky was clear, but you could feel a storm coming. The city was holding its breath, waiting for the first drop. A woman stood on the corner, handing out umbrellas before the first drop even fell. She smiled at everyone, as if she knew a secret about the rain. She pressed a yellow one into my hands. It felt familiar, like an old friend returning home. I opened it, and inside was a note. Pass it on. A friend! I smiled, my eyes went wide. Somehow the kindness I'd given away had found its way back to me, wrapped in a yellow umbrella and a few simple words. Somehow, kindness had found its way back to me. It was like a secret handshake with the universe, a reminder that what you give comes back in ways you never expect. It's funny how it works like that. The world is full of invisible threads tying us together through small, gentle acts. Kindness doesn't ask for thanks. It just keeps going. It grows quietly, like seeds in the soil, waiting for the right moment to bloom, like rain that feeds the earth quietly, constantly. It doesn't need to be seen to make a difference. So when I saw that cold, wet dog shivering by a tree, I knew exactly what to do. The lesson had become a part of me, as natural as breathing. I crouched down, placed the umbrella over him, and walked on. This time a little taller, a little warmer, even as the rain began to fall. I didn't look back, but I knew the ripple would keep moving. One small act can make the whole world warmer. It can travel farther than you ever will, touching lives you'll never know. Be the umbrella in someone's storm. You never know how far your kindness will go or when it might find its way back to you.